In this house, there are a few key ingredients that seem to kick every dessert up a notch. And for us, in no particular order, it's chocolate, it's peanut butter, and it's caramel. And today, we're using a few of those in these salted caramel chocolate chip cookie bars. I'm Lindsay with My Better Batch. Let's get baking. This recipe really is the ultimate indulgence. Now, we are gonna use my base chocolate chip cookie recipe. Newsflash, I like to use one recipe that can be used in multiple different ways, and today is no different. We're gonna put a layer of chocolate chip cookie dough. On top, we are gonna put our ooey gooey caramel center. We're gonna top with chocolate chip cookie dough. We're gonna throw some extra chocolate chips on top and some flake sea salt. Bake that all off in a 9 by 13 inch baking dish. We'll cut it into squares and serve it. It is ooey, gooey, chocolatey, rich, decadent, delicious. Should I keep going? Actually, let's get started. For this recipe, you'll need 1 cup of unsalted butter, softened, 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 1/3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, 15 soft caramels, and 1 teaspoon sea salt flakes. So we are gonna add our butter to the base of our stand mixer. We've got 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar and 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Now that our butter and sugars are ready, let's add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna turn my mixer back on for about 30 to 45 seconds. In a medium bowl, we're gonna add our dry ingredients. This is 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We're gonna slowly add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. I like to do this about 1/3 at a time. And let me confess, I am not the most patient person, and I've tried to dump the entire bowl of dry ingredients in to save some time. I'll just say that I spent more time cleaning up the mess that I had made than it would have taken me to do it the right way. So next, we're just gonna add these chocolate chips into our dough and use a spatula to gently fold them in like this. Now we're gonna make our caramel sauce, and for this we'll use 15 soft caramels and 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. In a saucepan over medium-low heat, we're gonna pour in the entire can of sweetened condensed milk. And then to that, we will add the 15 unwrapped soft caramels. As the sweetened condensed milk begins to heat up, those caramels will begin to melt. We're gonna heat until the caramels are fully melted and you reach a smooth, creamy consistency that looks like this. In a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, I'm gonna line the bottom with parchment paper. Now, since I use these parchment sheets, I'm gonna place 2 horizontally like this, which will allow me to have a little bit of leverage when I go to pull the entire cookie bar out of the pan. Now, to start to assemble this cookie bar, we are gonna press half of the cookie dough into the bottom of the pan like this. Next, we're gonna pour our caramel sauce right over the chocolate chip cookie dough and use a spatula to spread it evenly from side to side and from end to end. Remember, caramel is one of my weaknesses, and I may just have to save this spatula for myself to enjoy. It's quality control, of course. So now we have a layer of cookie dough on the bottom, we've got a layer of our caramel sauce right on top, and we are gonna top that cookie bar with the remainder of our cookie dough. I like to drop small pieces right on top like this. You will not cover the entire surface, and you'll see caramel through the top, and that is absolutely okay. We're gonna take the last 1/3 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips called for in the ingredients in the recipe and sprinkle on top. Finally, we're gonna top our cookie bar off with 1 teaspoon of sea salt flakes, making sure to cover the entire surface. Our salted caramel chocolate chip cookie bar is ready to head into the oven. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and this will bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. I don't like my cookies to overbake, so I typically start checking them around the 20 to 22 minute mark. Your cookie bar is ready when it looks like this. I'm gonna allow this to completely cool before pulling it out of the dish to slice and serve. You can serve alone or you can top with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. These decadent salted caramel chocolate chip cookie bars, they really are over the top when it comes to look, when it comes to taste. But now you know, not when it comes to preparation. These are really easy. You can make these. As always, make sure that you hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. I'm Lindsay with My Better Batch. Thanks for baking with me today. Caramel? Is it caramel or caramel?